सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन क्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवैत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावो दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्ससुधे भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। Invoking Lord's grace and Pujya Gurudev's blessings, we begin our today's satsang, which is on chapter 10 of Bhagavad Gita. My salutations to you all present here. At the outset, I congratulate Chinmaya Mission Chennai for organizing such a wonderful, unique event of Gita Marathon. 18 days continuous, 18 chapters for 88 days. 18 acharyas, they are conducting Jnana Yajna. It is something unique. You are all very fortunate that it is happening in Chennai. So you are the beneficiary of this marathon Jnana Yajna. Many of you have taken sankalp that you are going to listen all 18 chapters. This is the best thing you did. Tanme manas shiva sankalpamastu. Now see, so far you have studied 9 chapters and we have completed the 50% of Bhagavad Gita. 50% journey is over. Now just we are in the middle of this Bhagavad Gita. Like Arjuna's chariot was in the middle. Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Ratham Sthapayamechita. Same way, the chariot of this Jnana Yajna also now has come to the point where 50% is over, 50% is remaining. Before going into this chapter, just two things. Those who are joining today only, for them, that what is Bhagavad Gita, we should know, and why Bhagavad Gita. These are the two questions. Because the person who was informed that Bhagavad Gita talks are going on, and he is not aware of this book. So the first question comes, what is this Gita? So we should be able to tell them. And second, why I should study Gita? In Sanskrit there is one statement, prayojanam anuddishya mandopina pravartate. Without understanding the purpose, no one undertakes any activity. So first thing is, what is Bhagavad Gita? So they say Gita is not a book. Gita mein hridayam partha. I think you must have heard this earlier also. Gita is the very heart and soul of Bhagavan. So it is not a book, it is not only word, but God Himself is present in the form of word. Ittesha vangmayi murti pratyaksha vartate harehe. About Bhagavatam also it is said. Second thing, this Bhagavad Gita is the best gift given by Bhagavan to the humanity. Millions and trillions of people have been benefited by studying this Bhagavad Gita. All great people, scholars, philosophers, thinkers, not only they studied, but they were so much attracted towards this and they wrote commentaries on Bhagavad Gita. And believe it or not, you don't know how many commentaries are there on Bhagavad Gita. And still people are writing. Such is the greatness of this book. Now why should we study Bhagavad Gita? Because especially youngsters, they have that curiosity or they have that question, why? Anything you tell them, first question, why? When we tell them you should go to temple, immediately, why should we go? You should put chandan on the forehead, why? So many questions, they keep rising in their mind. That's why our Chinmaya Mission has brought out one book, Why Do We Do? Do you know that book? Why do we do? Why we blow the conch, why we ring the bell. I gave that book to one person. He said, why should I read it? That also he asked. Some people they are just questioning. Why? I asked, what is your name? He said, why Venkatesh? Name also begins with why. So to such people, that book has been brought out. Similarly, here also, if I attend this Bhagavad Gita, Jnana Yajna for 88 days, what benefit I am going to have with this? What is the result? What is the Falashruti, they say. So if you want to know the answer, you ask Arjuna. What he said in the last chapter, he said 4 things happened to me. In short, I will tell, I am not going to detail. Nashto moha, delusion, or it is also known as misunderstanding. When we misunderstanding, that is called misunderstanding. So misunderstanding about ourselves, misunderstanding about God, that all will be completely destroyed and removed if we listen to Bhagavad Gita. This is the first thing. Second, smrutir labdva. We have forgotten our true nature. We are caught up in the web of this world. So we have no idea who we are. So Arjuna said, after listening to Bhagavan's discourse, I came to know who I am. Smrutir labdva. Third thing happened to me, Arjuna says, Sthitosmi. Now I abide in my true nature. Till now I was abiding in something which is not me. In Shastriya language it is called anatma. I was abiding in anatma, not self. But now I come to know who am I. So I am completely rooted in that, established in that. Sthitah asmi. And the last but not the least, that is gata sandeha. All doubts have been dispelled. The ambiguity has been, completely gone. And no questions now remain. Gata sandeha. Vidyate hridaya granthi chidyante sarva samshaya. As long as the doubts are there, so long the problems and sorrows will be keep there. Samshayatma vinashtati, they say. But here Arjuna says that now there is no doubt. In the same way, if we also listen to Bhagavad Gita carefully, sincerely, attentively, so this phalam will come to us also. And I am sure you have been already listening, and slowly the moha must have been going. Clear understanding about God, about world, about me, is coming. So this is the phalam. We should not think of, some miracle will happen and some supernatural power I will get. And somebody asked me, see, I have been attending your Gita talks for so many years, but I didn't get job. He thought after attending Bhagavad Gita, he will get job. No connection is there. So we should be very clear what I am going to get. So this is the prayojanam. Now, in last chapter, which is known as Raja Vidya Raja Guhyayo, beautiful chapter, one of the beautiful chapters of Bhagavad Gita, where Bhagavan Krishna spoke about various topics and very sweet statements he has given. Namaye bhakta pranashrati patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. Yesterday we heard. Then he said, apichet sudurachara bhajate mam ananyavad. If you are sudurachari, expert in committing all kinds of sin, it's called sudurachara. He also can become sadhu. See, Bhagavan has given assurance. So very, sweet and lovely thoughts were given by Bhagavan in chapter 9. In chapter 9, he has hinted some glories of him, that is Vibhuti. He has pointed out Vedyam, Pavitram, Omkaram, etc. That's why here Bhagavan Shankaracharya connects this 10th chapter with the 9th, and he said, Saptame Adhyaye Bhagavatah Tattvam Vibhutaya cha Prakashita Navame cha. Some vibhutis, some glories have been pointed out in chapter 7th and in chapter 9. It means what? The seed of this chapter is already sown in chapter 7 and chapter 9. And please note it, this Bhagavad Gita is a long lecture of Bhagavan. We have divided, into these chapters. So there is a connection between previous Adhyaya. It is known as Adhyaya Sangati. When we connect one verse from other verse, it is called Shloka Sangati. When we connect one Adhyaya with the other, that is called Adhyaya Sangati. So he says, in chapter 7 and in chapter 9, Vibhutaya Prakashita. There are some glories, he already spoke about it. Now, Atha Idani. I will refer here and there with Shankar Varsha, okay? If you have, you can bring with you. It is very sweet and very beautiful. Adi Shankara says that Atha Idani. Now, Arjuna has one question. That okay, you are everywhere, you are all pervading, but yeshu bhaveshu chintya bhagavan, tete bhava vaktavyaha. Please tell me where I should meditate upon you. Though you are everywhere, but it is difficult to see you everywhere. So please tell me where can I think of you. And that's why Bhagavan Krishna started this chapter. And in this chapter you will find it is like a guided tour, Bhagavan is taking us to cosmos, the entire world, and he is showing us, see, I am there, I am there, I am there. Here not much of inquiry has been done, not analysis. It is just reveling in the Bhagavan's, presence. That's why it is very, very interesting, inspiring, and our vision will be widened. That Bhagavan is not only in particular temple or particular murti at particular place. Now, before going into these glories, Bhagavan himself starts this chapter and he praises Arjuna. And see what he says. We will start with the first verse.